The global food crisis is a complex and pressing issue that affects us all. As the world population continues to grow, so does the demand for food. But what happens when the supply can't keep up? This crisis has multiple causes, from climate change to economic instability, and it has the potential to impact individuals, communities, and the global community in a number of ways. One of the most significant impacts of the global food crisis is limited access to affordable, nutritious food for many individuals and communities. As prices rise and resources become scarce, vulnerable populations such as low-income families, children, and the elderly are hit the hardest. Food insecurity can lead to malnutrition, which can have a significant impact on health, especially in children. Malnutrition in early childhood can lead to stunted growth and developmental delays, which can have lifelong consequences. The global food crisis also has a significant impact on farmers and the agricultural industry. Climate change, in the form of droughts, floods, and other extreme weather events, makes it increasingly difficult to grow crops, leading to crop failures and decreased yields. This can lead to financial instability for farmers and impact the livelihoods of communities that depend on agriculture. Additionally, as resources become scarce and competition for land increases, small-scale farmers may be pushed out of the market in favor of larger, more financially stable operations. The crisis also affects global trade, as food shortages and rising prices disrupt the supply chain. This can lead to food shortages in some areas and surpluses in others. Countries that are dependent on imported food may be particularly vulnerable to food insecurity in the event of a crisis. Additionally, as food prices rise, countries may be forced to decrease their exports in order to ensure food security for their own populations. This can lead to further disruption in the global food supply and have a significant impact on countries that rely on agricultural exports for their economies. As the crisis deepens, it also has the potential to fuel social and political unrest. Food insecurity can lead to poverty, displacement, and even conflict. In countries with weak governance, a food crisis can exacerbate existing tensions and lead to civil unrest. Additionally, as resources become scarce, competition for land and water can lead to conflict between different communities and groups. The global food crisis also has significant environmental implications. Climate change, which is a major contributor to the crisis, is leading to changes in precipitation patterns, soil moisture, and temperature, all of which can have a significant impact on crop yields. Additionally, as food prices rise, there may be an increase in deforestation and land conversion as people seek to expand agricultural land. This can lead to a loss of biodiversity and exacerbate climate change. To address the global food crisis, a multifaceted approach is needed. One of the most important steps is to address climate change, which is a major driver of the crisis. This can be done by reducing greenhouse gas emissions, protecting and restoring natural ecosystems, and investing in sustainable agricultural practices. Additionally, it is important to support small-scale farmers and address issues of land rights and access to resources. One strategy that could be implemented to address the food crisis is to promote sustainable agricultural practices, such as agroforestry, conservation agriculture, and regenerative agriculture. These practices can help to increase crop yields, improve soil health, and reduce the use of inputs such as water and fertilizer. Additionally, it is important to support the development of local food systems and promote the consumption of nutrient-dense foods. Another strategy that could be implemented to address the food crisis is to address food waste and loss. Food waste is a significant contributor to the crisis, as it represents a wasted opportunity to feed the world's growing population. By reducing food waste,